Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Caitlin and today I'm refinishing these Ikea nightstands. We're using a mineral paint on the boxes, chalk paint on the drawers, adding stencils and new pulls. First things first, let's wipe these down. I just used a mixture of water and vinegar because they weren't that dirty. Make sure you get in all the spaces all around the legs so that you're not brushing in cobwebs when you're painting. Next is to remove all of the hardware before sanding. Some people might suggest to take the Ikea piece apart before painting, but who wants to put it back together? Not me. I might even say to skip the sanding part if your piece looks like this. It really didn't have a shiny coat at all, and then as I started sanding, I was like, damn, am I scratching this? But after I wiped it down, it looked pretty good, no scratches, and at least by sanding I was sure that it removed any imperfections and was ready to be painted. I found this mini roller set on Amazon. It worked awesome with the chalk paint. It didn't work the best with the mineral paint, but if you're doing a chalk paint project, I would definitely recommend. You can check out the links in the description on where to find this if you want a set. If you don't have any liners, this works just as good. Take a small piece of tinfoil and wrap it tightly around the tray, and then you're good to go and can easily switch it out. This is the driftwood color that I used in one of my previous videos. I love this color. It was completely covered up by the white in my old video, so I'm going to paint the drawers in this color and then add the stencils on top of that. This paint goes a super long way, so make sure you remove any excess paint before rolling. I used the tiniest amount and it covered the drawers no problem. Don't forget this little piece if you want it to be the same color as the drawers, okay? This is the Fusion mineral paint that we're going to do the rest of it with, color Chateau. It's really nice, looks awesome with the driftwood. Change out your liner with the tin foil, pour it in, and get going. You can't really tell in the video, but using the rollers with the mineral paint didn't go as well as with the chalk paint. This is because the mineral paint is a bit more wet than the chalk paint, so as you're rolling, you can really see the texture of the roller on the first coat. I ended up switching to a smaller brush in some of the harder to reach areas and areas that the roller didn't cover that well. Regardless, I ended up doing 2 coats with the roller and brushes, and overall it covered well in the end. That's it for coat number 2. Now let's move on to the stencils. Before adding the stencils on, I decided to mix the chalk paint with the mineral paint to get this lighter color. Make sure before you do this that you either measure or mix enough to cover all your stencils. Otherwise, if you need to mix more, you're probably not going to get the exact same color. So the brush I used to put these stencils on is called a chalk and wax brush, and I used a dry brushing technique. This is where you dip a bit of the paint on the brush and then remove any of the excess paint by brushing it on a piece of paper towel. You then dab or brush in the holes of the stencils to get the look that you're going for. I was going for a bit of a distressed look, so I didn't fully cover the holes. Luckily, if you mess up with chalk paint, you can easily cover it up. I'm just doing this now and then moving on to the next drawer. This stencil set had so many to pick from, it was actually hard to decide. If you wanted to get this look, check out the links in the description and you can find the brush and stencils. Okay, now put your drawers back in and add your new hardware back on and you're good to go. One thing I would say about these pulls is that they were way thinner than I expected, and I actually had to use shorter screws in the end because the thickness of the screws was longer than the thickness of the drawers. If you want to look like this though, just search drawer ring pulls on Amazon and you'll find what you're looking for. Alright, here's the final product. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.